Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Kathryn.
And we are Thriving with the Bovinos. Welcome back to our podcast. We've been off for a little bit, but we are back and we are excited to share with you.
Over the past 6 months, we've navigated both struggles and triumphs, and we can't wait to share all that we've learned and experienced with you.
We also got some fresh new ideas and plans to help you thrive in this new year.
And for a little extra fun today, we pulled some oracle cards, Brian's first time, and found some meaningful messages for him, but maybe for you too.
So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this journey together. Here we go!
Look at us working together. We're back.
Hey, Kathryn.
Hi.
It's been a while.
It has.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. What has it been, 6 or 7 months?
I mean, I've seen you, but just not on the podcast. So we're back. We're excited to reboot this thing, Thriving with the Bovinos. We've missed you all. We missed talking to people. I think I missed the connection between us.
Yes.
Right? I think this brings us closer together, gives us a common purpose.
Sometimes.
No,
most of the time. I think it's been a really pleasant experience, and it gives us a challenge to work on together in a project and something to look forward to.
I meet new people and learn new things. And I feel like the last 6 months without talking to people, we've had less, learning, less excitement. I feel like for me, this is one of the things I enjoy, and not having it has been my cup hasn't been full. Let's put it that way. So tell me, I want to ask you, if you had one word to describe the last 6 months without this podcast, what would that be and why?
One word without this podcast. And what has happened to me? Well, it sounds like it's been...
Can't sleep at night.
Yeah. For me, thinking about it and reflecting on getting it started again and the time that's passed, and I think it's been a time of incubation.
Incubation
is a word that I would call to mind, of just focusing on different things, slowing down in different ways, working on different challenges that we have together, and just pausing. And I think accepting for me that it has been a time of hibernation or incubation for this. And I think we needed that, right? To then revamp and not just keep pushing forward and trying to make it happen. I think we needed that pause. I don't know, incubation, like it's cooking. It's, things are simmering.
It's
because
like a baby in an incubator.
Yes.
I was in an incubator, born early.
Yeah. I don't think I ever knew that.
I don't think you knew that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long were you in an incubator for?
I don't know.
What?
Not very long. Yeah,
wow.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Pretty sure. Well, let's fact check that with your parents.
Check that.
Wow. Well, that might be another episode. But I think
my time in the incubator. Lots to share on that, guys. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's going to be exciting. I think, though, other things needed to take place within our relationship, and then also for me within my own career path. And I came up with words for that as well, if you'd like to hear.
You're prepared. You got words.
Well, I think integration is a word that, looking back on the past 6 months, has been at the forefront for me, of integrating all the pieces of myself to then hopefully in this new year kind of embody everything that I really am versus all these labels and all these things that I'm trying to pull together. So I think we needed this kind of pause on what we're working on for me to work on that integration. And then I think also stabilizing of our relationship as a whole would be important.
Stabilization. So it was unstable. Breaking news, people. Relationships are hard. They take work, right? Absolutely. And so I'm thinking like the practical, we just kind of didn't make it a priority. And then it's really easy to fall off from things. And then 1 week becomes 2 weeks, and then it slips on through. It's really fascinating how that happens, and just doing it. Habit stacking. Keep hearing that word, habit stacking. Small steps to build what you want to be, who you want to be.
Yeah, and I think so that's where I'm torn in this, thinking about it and reflecting on it, of keeping moving forward and doing the habits, but when do you pause on those things? Because I've been thinking about getting up early again and doing my morning routine and these kinds of things, and it's like I give myself a hard time about not doing it, or even this, like, oh, we should be doing it, we should. But then when is it time to rest? And just like with the new year, I attended a yoga class the other day, and it was focused on no, it's not so much pushing and pressure in the new year because we put so much pressure on resolutions and doing the new things and getting back in the gym and but like it's really in nature a time of rest, right? And hibernation, incubation, maybe. And
Sure.
maybe, but I just thought, when do you accept and allow for the pause to occur? And how do you find that balance?
It's not like we were like, "Hey, we're not doing this podcast anymore." How would you describe what happened? It was, we didn't really have any more guests. We kind of started doing other stuff, and then the other stuff just becomes overwhelming, and then you're just
Hmm.
don't make it a priority. Very easy to slip away from you.
Yeah.
And then like 98% of podcasts don't make it past like episode 20 or something.
Wow. What are we on?
I don't know, 40, maybe
Nice.
35, 40.
We're going to persevere.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if you fall off the horse, it's okay to get back on.
Get back
Take
on.
your time, reset, and just put it out there. Like today, what are we really going to talk about? Where are we going to do it? The kids are home right now. The lighting is off. We're in a new location if you're watching on video.
Yeah.
But sometimes putting it out there, keep going, learn from past mistakes or past,
Mhm.
not even mistakes, fail forward, fail forward, right?
Yes.
Did, did you want my word? What's my word of the last
Yes,
6
I would
months?
love to hear it
Oh, thank you
because this
for
was your
asking.
question, and this morning, I really thought about it and thought, like, so what do you think your word is? And do you have one? Is there one overriding word, or would you sparse out words like I did?
You sparsed out word? I thought it was incubate.
Well, that was for more of the podcast.
Okay. What
And
was your
then
other word?
integration has kind of been my own personal mantra, integrating the
Mm,
parts of myself to hopefully move toward embodiment, more of that in the new year. And then I think I said stabilizing for our. I'm
okay.
working on some things relationally that help us to be more firm in our foundation together.
Yeah. Learning perspective, understanding. Good. My word is pissed off. No,
Wow. Okay.
that's 2 words. That's not a word, so that's disqualified. Word to summarize the last 6 months, maybe mm, struggle. It's just been a struggle, letting go of that struggle. But objectively, the struggle is for me, is where do you let go? Do I not take out the trash or do the dishes? Or clean the bathroom. I don't think that's an option. Do I not take my kids to the activities they have, places they go, or do other things for them? Do I not work and be able to pay our bills? And so those three things, for me, there's no set of like, all right, that's good enough. Or that, we're going to take a pause here, or that's fine. It just is keep going, keep going. And then you get stuck in that rat race and don't really pause to find joy or value or because if I did pause, there would be no joy or value. It would be stress and anxiety, and I should be doing these other things. So that kind of has been the last 6 months. And this is a way for me to find value and to have some excitement and meaning and purpose, I guess, and sharing with other people and hearing from other people and talking and building relationships and connecting with you. So I'm excited to do this again because this is one of the things that I could always say was valuable for me and getting me out of that rat race because it never ends. I know it never ends. There's always things on my checklist. It doesn't stop. And so, you know, how do you do other things? And it usually is 10 at night. And then it's like, ugh, when am I going to start learning new magic tricks right now? I'm like, I could just do 2 minutes. But then it's just that initial pump. So that's kind of been the recap, and I'm glad this is back on there. And once we can start being consistent with this, maybe we figure out something else to add on there that isn't just the monotonous daily routines of getting through things and really do things you want and have meaning and purpose and value and feel good for you. I haven't heard you this quiet in a long time. That was a good answer, huh? No, that's the truth.
Yeah,
That's where I
that's a
am.
good, authentic, yeah, honest answer.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what is it that you foresee the other little things that you might do that would bring more meaning?
What would bring more meaning and value and purpose to my life is what the ultimate search. What is the purpose? I don't know. I don't know. It used to be a chase, obtaining material things, the status, the job. But once that all goes away, so that is the search. And I like the track that we've been on with energy and universe and healing and all that kind of different alternatives outside of the traditional religious, to just share what else is out there, what's available, how do things work, exploring my clear cognizant potential abilities, cultivating that.
Clear cognizant, yes.
Um,
Knowing?
I think I know things. What happened the other day? There was a good one. I knew, oh, something was going to get canceled.
I feel like you always know the things you get you just canceled.
Just because of my negative outlook on life. Everybody's late. Everybody get canceled.
And then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. But
What
yeah,
was it?
it's not a
No.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, you're right. So, yeah, you should, that would be fun to work on that.
Become like a sorcerer or like a.
No, sorcerer, I was just learning, is more negative than
I mean, doesn't that fit my character?
I was just watching something about what a sorcerer does. I wish I remembered it exactly, but versus like a light worker or like a so look into
A
that.
light worker is more positive, uplifting, hopeful, would you say? Sorcerer
I think they're
or
using
the
more
evil
negative.
sorcerer, like in movies and stuff, is pretty evil, negative.
It's
They
funny.
cast spells on things.
We don't have to include this, but I pulled a card right before and we're at
What kind of card, honey? Tell us about the card pulling and what's going on with that.
I didn't want to segue too much, but the what it says is Mintaken, which we'll have to read about longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So for you to bring up sorcery and light working, and it was just so that's why I felt like I should share it with you.
The
So
original.
oracle cards, I love some oracle cards. There's lots of them out there. They're just fun to. This one is one of my favorites. Work your light. They're just fun to get some guidance, whether it's from the universe or God, or just from the cards, or just from your own mind, pulling something and seeing if it has a message for you in that day, or if it means something. So that was just interesting. That I think that would be something that would be fulfilling for you to explore that part of yourself.
Light workers. How many cards are in each set of oracle cards? Is it the same every time? Like a deck of cards has 52.
That's a great question. I think they vary.
They vary.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one has 44 cards.
44. You're always asking me to pull a card, and I'm feeling like I don't like to pull it. And I'll tell you why. Because you can pull anything and then connect it to something, right? So it's not like it's leading you into something where if you could manifest yourself, I don't need a card to take me off my direction or put me on a different path. That makes sense?
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to like make you do something or go somewhere, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
So I think
What do you think it is? But and it's really 44. You have a 2.5% chance of pulling any one of those cards, right?
so what do you think since you know like probability and that kind of thing? Oftentimes what will happen is I'll draw the same cards. I shuffle, shuffle, spread, spread, shuffle, shuffle, move it around,
shuffle,
and then I'll
spread.
do like a 3
Shuffle,
card
shuffle,
spread.
spread.
Well, I'll do like past or what I've been. Middle part is like where I'm at and what's happening, and then the third one is like future and what I'm moving towards. Then the message changes, but
It's all what?
it's all in alignment. And so for me, it's a validation of the path I'm on, or it's kind of like affirming something that I'm questioning or wondering about, or just giving me some extra support or guidance to, and also just to reflect and to take that time to journal and to go deeper into myself and to see what it is that I'm working on or what I want to work on, and just kind of continually giving me that. It's just a fun, tangible thing too.
So you're saying it maybe helps you notice or increases your awareness as to something that may be happening in your life that you were like, huh, yeah, that makes sense. Or I didn't think about that angle of a certain.
Mhm. Yeah, or even when things are coming up, like there was a potential retreat visit in where was that? In that I was invited to potentially attend with family members, and it was I kinda had felt a little, like, dissonance around it, and then when I pulled cards for it, there was, like, a big no that came up. There was a no, and then there were 2 other cards that related, and then just the next day, we decided, no, it wasn't gonna work, and so that kind of alignment of, like,
I have no idea what you're talking
okay, you
about.
don't have to include that part.
No, I can't. I mean, it's great, but I just don't know what retreat or thing you're talking about. But there was a no.
The card just literally said no.
It did? There's
Wait.
cards that said no?
It said, "No, wait,
Hold on.
pause, it's not the right time."
It's not the right time.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that
How
was
often are
true.
people pulling cards?
I don't know. I mean, daily is fun.
Daily's fun.
Yeah.
Could I be at the shopping grocery store and be like, should I get the Oreos today? And like pull a card and
mean,
help me direct
I
basic
guess you
decision?
could, but not really.
It's
I
probably
mean,
more
it's more
holistic.
yeah, I use it as a journaling tool, a meditation tool to kind of just dive deeper and to look at my life, observe, reflect,
Notice.
and notice is there something. Yeah, sometimes I have a shadow work card s deck that you pull up what you're needing to work on, and it's pretty correct each time. Anyway,
Who
how
says
do we
it's correct?
get off on the
Who says it's correct or not? What do you mean correct? It's
so, like, for example, correct it to me, it doesn't have. It's just it's not, like, right or wrong, it's not like it's an example.
please.
If you were struggling in your relationship and you were having defensiveness and you pulled the card and it said defensiveness and then it had a message underneath, I would say that was an alignment. Would you? Of that shadow work of a part of yourself you need to work on.
I see.
I don't
So
think
we
this
sh-
is getting clearly explained.
yes, no, you're doing great.
Okay.
No, I'm taking it in. Should we pull a card now?
Yes.
Let's pull a card. Let's see what we get.
Maybe
I'm
you
going
should do
against my grain, but
a
what?
3 card spread. How about that
Three cards,
for you?
3 card spread. Past, present, future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go, people. Live.
First time.
First time pulling cards.
So just you can hover your hand over it, you can touch the cards, just feeling what calls to you.
What calls to me? What am I
And
trying
then
to?
just
What am
lay
I
it
trying?
down face down
What
here.
am I trying to feel?
Just when your hand stops
On a hand.
and you
Okay.
feel warmth when you just say, I'm going to pick this one.
This one feels good right here.
Okay.
All right. That's my.
Okay. Next
That
one.
was a. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. That was the past. What?
Or kind of where you're moving from.
Where I'm out of. So something like podcasting.
I should say I'm not trained in doing this. This is just something
All right.
I have taught myself or learned from others.
Okay. There you go.
And it's a fun tool that I use.
Fun.
Just disclaimer on that.
I mean, depends on your definition of fun, but
This is
could be a fun.
I will
tool.
get together with some of certain friends, and that's the first
has
thing they
happened.
do is pull a card.
It has happened at family functions for a while
Yeah.
lately, and this was passed, and it says,
I just
"Come on."
I've shuffled. You saw me shuffling them. So he just pulled the same card, Mintakan, that I had pulled
She was
for us
shuffling.
for this
I went
session.
around. I don't know if they saw it, but this was the same card I just pulled. Longing for home, belonging the original Lightworkers.
So then you can read if you're not familiar with oracle cards, and most of them that come with a book that has more messaging to you. So that's very interesting.
That is pretty the original. So Lightworkers. So that was kind of been a theme we've been talking about too, is Lightworkers and the Palladian Lightworkers and what that looks like. And it did come up in my session. I did a session. It was called Quantum Healing. No,
HT, yeah.
HT.
Quantum hypnosis healing
quantum
therapy
hypnosis healing technique.
Oh.
And that was an experience, but it did come up about lightworkers and my purpose, and that was in there as well.
Do you want to hear this? You don't have to include it.
Fascinating. Go.
Okay, Mintakans are a soul group who originated on a planet in the constellation Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original lightworkers. The Mintakans' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see through it for miles. For this reason, Mintakans feel most at peace and at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mintakans have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pulled this card, it could mean that you are a Mintakan or are longing for a sense of belonging, and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel secure and safe. So it doesn't always mean if you don't believe in all that other stuff. It could just mean you need
Clearing of
some
the root
clearing
chakra,
and just
which is
belonging.
kind of a joke because that's the chakra I always
Yeah,
tend to just go to when I'm joking around about chakras.
perhaps. Interesting. Maybe that's part of your clear knowing. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on earth to call your home. We've moved quite a bit.
We have.
If so, you're being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now, to choose where you feel most at home and create it, rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. And you can hold the card to your heart and say, I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call in the perfect home.
That's something. That is something. This is
it,
present.
it might throw you off if
Then
you're listening and you're like, what? We're coming from another planet? And, that's okay. Just take the message that resonates with you. Oh, interesting.
so my present soul family.
Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone.
Whoa. Soul family.
I love that. I've never pulled that card before.
Really call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. This is what it looks like. People watching. Soul family. I'm a soul man. Call in your tribe. Trying to find my tribe here in Virginia. It's been challenging.
Interesting.
You don't have to do it alone. We've been talking recently about, man, it's hard to make friends in your 40s. So much family going on, family stuff and work, and not having long-term friendships. Really hard to make family friends. I mean, as acquaintances, know a lot of people, but can you cultivate long-term friendships? Which takes time and repeated experiences, right? It's been tough. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, and I think it is really hard, right?
But you found success and you made some really close friends recently through the podcast, I might add.
Well,
but
they came on the podcast because I met them through doing the things that light me up. So
light her up. Yeah, baby.
I mean, that is what when I went to my first sound bath at Hope Flower Farm with Jenny at Dome, we made a wishing well, and in that my wish was to do more things like that, to put myself in more situations that had that feeling, that had that community and like-minded individuals, because I hadn't found that here yet after moving from California. So it was like, that is my mission. And so since then, so that was 2 years ago. Well, 2 years in May, year and a half. Anyway, then I continually sought out things. I saw a sound bath moon hike. I was like, I feel uncomfortable hiking at night with a bunch of people I don't know, but I'm going to do it. I went to different yoga classes. I've started teaching, like I kept putting myself out there, and that's where those friendships came. And then they came on the podcast. And I feel like after that, some relationships have developed but I feel like it's because I was around people, like-minded people, that connection
Similar
could spark
interest.
very quickly, right?
Yeah.
And you can go deep. Like we did deep dives into our lives very quickly.
Deep. You went deep.
Dives. Okay. So yeah, it is hard. And so that's interesting that these would come for you. So I'll do this for you. It's time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. I mean, that's really it. People who are your chosen family. They're coming and they're looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you have already found them, then you're being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, coach, mentor, or healer. Tune in to what kind of support you need now. And so your light action is call in your support team now.
Now do it. Support team, activate. You're out there? Come on, let's do this. And come on.
Do you see the alignment?
This
Don't dim to fit in. I draw this one all the time.
mm,
How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Do you see what that was just saying?
it says be yourself. Be your authentic
To call
self.
in your soul family, to move
Call in.
away from this lack of belonging. I mean, the message is clear there, right?
Don't dim to fit
Wow.
in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in?
I got chills.
You got chills. Dimming my light for sure.
Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright.
Shine bright like a
The universe
diamond.
is expanding and you are part of the universe. So expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. They are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who's walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you're shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationship the relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the provision of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can live on. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? How do you feel like you're dimming your light?
Dimming my light. I definitely feel like I'm dimming my light.
Okay.
Dimming my light, not just going through the routine, going through the motions. I show up. I'm loud. I make obnoxious jokes that sometimes get shut down by people that say they're inappropriate.
Only if they're hurtful.
Only if they're hurtful. Have you listened to the funniest comedians? I mean, they're not hurtful. I make fun of myself too. Yeah. We talked about being a kid and just having fun and being loud and crazy and wild and silly. And as an adult, you're less available to do that. Perhaps it's not as joyful, right? And there's times you have to be professional, or I guess you can. It's been a path to continue to find that joy with all the responsibilities that
Mhm,
overwhelm me and make
mhm.
things drag me down. Interesting how it changes for no reason sometimes. Like yesterday, I'm driving to the gym and I had this like feeling of excitement in my belly. And I was like, why right here, right now, do I feel good and excited? Because I was going to the gym and then going to work. But
Mm,
sometimes I don't. Interesting. But just notice,
mhm,
just don't accept what is.
mhm. Yeah.
It's the act. No. So these are my first time drawing.
Wow,
Pretty cool. I've been talking. I'm a light worker. I've been calling my soul family and don't dim to fit in.
yeah, I mean, and just the progression of that of, like,
Yeah.
the
Where I
sense of
came from,
belonging
my
and wanting
past.
home
Yeah.
and wanting to find that sense of connection, belonging, and then in order to do that right now, finding your soul family connection in that way, not having to do it alone. I feel like what you're saying a lot of is that pressure, even when you have support or even when we're balancing things, you're still putting all the pressure on yourself, right? It's all on you, finding that and then finding what brings you light, lights you up. Stop dimming.
Stop dimming. You're such a dimmer. You're
Yeah.
such a dimmer.
And the play part is interesting because I think we've our generation is more conditioned to as kids to be more quiet, that our opinions didn't matter. You know, it was like kids should be seen and not heard kind of. So to see our kids so free and loud and opinionated sometimes is off-putting, or but I've sent you several things that are like, well, that just means they feel safe and they feel welcome to express themselves in that way. And I think we should invite ourselves to, instead of reparenting ourselves in that way of letting our light shine, letting ourselves be silly,
Yes.
having fun, doing the little things that light us up, little moments, because that's what it's all about. This took a turn. I like it.
Yeah, see?
I
I haven't prepared. Unprepared is sometimes way better, more authentic, I think. And that's what I value in listening to other people and having kind of authentic, meaningful conversations and not prepared responses.
But a list of questions often prompts someone to feel they need to prepare.
You asked for a list of questions. Come on. You do need some framework, some guidance.
Yeah,
Same as anything you do in your day, you kind of have to have some frame, but within that, there's flexibility and balance and movement of creating your own. I want to ask, what did you learn about yourself during the last 6 months? What did you learn?
what did I learn?
Yeah.
I learned to continue on the path that feels right and to keep doing the things that light me up, to keep taking those risks and saying, why not? Putting myself out there, because that's just proving to really put me on a path that I didn't even realize could be possible for me with like career wise and just life stuff. So yeah, I would say and so I think that's where that integration part is like I'm trying to learn how to integrate all the parts of myself and the things I've learned and the way I am and integrate it in a way that this is just me and what I can provide. This is mostly kind of in a professional sense because I've struggled a lot with all these labels, and one particular label really fights against the other labels, and you have to give all these disclaimers that this label doesn't relate to this label. So I've
Yeah.
struggled.
I said a label a week or two ago and you were not happy about it.
What was the label? Oh, oh, what's the label?
One of your certifications and things you practice and how we bill, and you did not say, you said that doesn't define me, and I would agree, it doesn't define you. What you are isn't just that one label or other labels. It's a collection of
Mhm.
experiences and relationships and education that you've had that create your unique you. And I think we all bring that. The challenge is when you're trying to market or maybe share your value or gain potential customers, clients, it's hard to really expose that all together, right? So, oh, you're a behavior analyst. Well, yeah, but that's not just me. That's not
Mhm.
all I do. And that's been a challenge to work in that arena, but share the other perspectives and value you bring. So, like, you're a college professor and a Reiki master, yoga, right? But the mom, but those are each can be like, oh, she does Reiki. She must be really eat granola every morning and go on hikes and live in nature, right?
Sounds like a dream.
But that is not. That's just the stereotype. It's not who
Yeah.
you are, what you show up. So how do you separate yourself from the label and present the value in an elevator speech or somebody you meet? Or it's really challenging.
It is. That's been what I feel like I'm finally that integration part, finally integrating to then but it is hard because there has to be some separation, but is there really separation? But there's certain things I can't do under a billable code, right? I can't provide Reiki to my, therapeutic consultation clients because that's not going to be ethically sound. So there are some things like that, but I think I've tried to separate things so much from the feedback I've gotten and because of other people's opinions but now it's just finding a way to balance that.
And bring your unique perspective or hat. Like when you are doing, say, therapeutic consultation, you are bringing those other experiences and practices into your approach. So your approach is going to be definitely different than mine and a lot different than most other people's
Yeah, it's
because
kind of
of
your
these variable
Mhm.
experiences.
Yeah, so it's your lived experience in combination with your training, in combination with your certifications that makes you a valuable provider that's different instead of just keeping with the textbook. Yeah, so what about you?
So each individual brings a unique perspective and
Mhm.
value to any situation and learning from that.
Yeah, we should honor that. Yeah. Seek to learn, right? Be curious instead of condemning. So, what have you learned?
About
Uh,
myself, I have learned that I need, I don't need, but I value having, well, this is I guess I've always known this, but when it falls out of practice, that's when I struggle. When I don't have movement forward or kind of a next step or project and just continuing to fill that void, is that just sustaining that limitation of being content or feeling value and joy in the moment? Probably. It's not helpful. It's not sustainable. Somebody shared they had a psychedelic experience, and in that, they learned to just be content and happy and not need for that continuing prove or drive to prove to everybody their value or their worth or their these things that they do gives them status. And that's probably something I'm working on, thinking about being content with where we're at, what I'm doing. And as I'm getting older, I feel like the pressure is on where time's running out and I don't have opportunities to do all these other things. And I'm not going to do everything I want. So, what's the balance between continuing to learn and grow and be excited about things versus content in where we're at and being more in the moment and more present? And, I always think like, I don't want to have any regrets. I don't think I do. Pretty content with where we're at in my life and how things have gone. But do I just stop there? I don't think so. I don't think that's me. So maybe I learned to keep not. I never want to be just going through the motions, and I feel like I've been going through the motions a lot just to make ends meet with financial obligations or kids, household things. Those all still need to be done, but how do I sprinkle in more things like doing the podcast or finding what's important, relationships, doing things we want to be able to do and not have to do? What is that balance? What do you think for balance? How do you balance that out when, yeah, meaning, I guess when we have something to look forward to or working on something or building something, it feels good. Even in the mundane things, you still have that level of excitement or drive to continue. Just taking that initial step usually launches you in a direction, good or bad, that you can learn and pivot from. But being on the same train, this track is going this way. Yeah, well, let's try this track. What about that track? How do you get through the day to day moments? Is it having something, but feeling? So, my question is, how do you be content in the moment, but also have things you're working on and growing towards? Right? Because it feels like they're very contrasting. I need to get to this place, but how do I enjoy where I'm at now at the same time?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I stumped
That's a
her.
struggle. Yeah. I mean, it is a struggle. I think it's hard. It's probably hard for most people, right? It's the continual struggle. And you don't want to be, I mean, I don't want to be, and I think you're the same. We don't want to be complacent in that we're just like not doing anything or just not moving forward or so it's that contentment with life right here in this moment. Like even just showing up today, we're doing it messy. We had to concoct a new setup and let's just do it. We're content with it doesn't have to be perfect. We're here, we're now, but I think there's that part of both of us that we do need things to be excited about in projects. It doesn't have to be like you were saying, the material things, let go of that. It's not the new car. It's more of a project, like starting the flooring project. It's like a big shift in energy. And I think in our whole house, in our whole family, I think our kids saw a shift in that energy too, because they kept saying how fun this experience was. But we were living in a construction zone for a week while Brian's doing flooring but the energy of it, the experience because we all had a role and had something that, like, I was just focusing on doing fun things with them and then feeding everybody and doing the dishes and trying to clean up and trying to help, and he's just focusing on the floor. It wasn't like a vacation. So I think that I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
answering.
could I have been content to sitting at the beach for a week? Probably not. Like, I wish I would have been able to, but having that project kind of distracted me into, "This is my focus. I'm adding value to the house. I don't look at dirty carpets anymore," and that felt good. Where if I could have I think the balance is if I could have been in the moment and just enjoyed the week, that's the thing I'm striving for, where,
Mhm.
yes, I found joy and I liked doing the project and it needed to be done, but if it didn't happen,
Could you have
yeah, how would
been
that have
content?
manifested? And I don't
Mhm.
think I would have been able
No.
to. Great. That was a quick no, you would not have, right? And but
Mm,
you would have,
right.
and you would have found joy in just taking the kids to the library or
Mhm.
going and finding shells on the beach.
Yes.
And that would have been me just ruminating, "Oh, those floors are gross. We gotta do those floors. What am I gonna do to the floors now? How are we gonna get this done?" How do you let that go?
I guess there is still a sense of doing in what I'm doing, right? I'm then choosing to immerse myself in something else, a different experience, whether that's going out to the beach or going for a walk with the dogs or going to the shipwreck museum or, going to buy something to make at the store.
But you're
I'm
not
still
thinking about in this case, the carpets.
no.
You're able to just let that go. It is what it is. And you just think, "Oh, it will get done when it gets done. Eventually it'll get done."
I think so. I mean, I've had
Oh,
times
that's
in my
pretty
life that
cool.
I've been more
I'm envious of
ruminating
that.
and intrusive thoughts, and I've experienced like that where you can't even like get into the moment and more levels of anxiety at different points in my life. And but I think, yeah, I don't know what.
No, that's cool. I'm jealous. I wanna cultivate that more.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
What that
I
is.
mean, it's mindfulness really, and it's all the training and stuff that I immerse myself in all the time. So it's really being yes, like. And I think we were able to really achieve that living in a construction zone like this. I think accepting what is, knowing that things will happen as they should, still taking the action, you know, to make things happen. We can't just sit around waiting like, "Oh, someday the floors will get done," without actually making a plan, right? Or someday I'll get my degree, but not actually registering for college, right? You have to actually take action, but I
Something to
mhm,
look forward to, something to work on. Also talked about recently people that can accept differing opinions and right or wrong or just different and be okay with it, not have to change. That's something I would strive to be. Hearing somebody and I hear you. I hear your perspective. I can truly mean it and not just blowing them off. Like I
mm,
would love to not have such a response that I think we see a lot, especially on social media. It's easier, but just being comfortable with somebody else having a different perspective than ours that may challenge us, that it's okay. Right? Yeah,
mhm,
you're okay. It's okay. Want to do one more question?
sure.
Which question do you want to end with? What do we want this season of the podcast to
Ooh.
feel like? I
Mm.
like that one. What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with this?
I really like what happened today. I think this was fun. I think it took a different turn, but it was authentic and it was meaningful. And I mean, yeah, I would like to see more of us talking with one another and continuing continuing the conversation when we don't have people on because I think that's been uh, our struggle.
Yeah, the need to we need to provide value, right, is always out there. Need to have new, interesting, exciting guests sharing amazing things. And for me, it's really connection. We're all in this together, learning perspectives and hearing different people. You just pulled something. She's pulling cards. And knowing that no matter the circumstances, we're kind of all of us, with the common humanity
Hmm?
part piece
Yeah.
is we are all struggling in some area and when we realize that, it brings us together and creates more feeling of love.
And
It's gotta
self-compassion, that goes into that whole
enjoy
compassion, self-compassion, and it really does take the edge off of life.
connection.
Yeah.
Hear it so much. Connection, relationships are the purpose and meaning of life, and I really kind of believe that now at this point.
Yeah, and I think, well, touching on that common humanity under Kristen Neff's work of self-compassion with common humanity, mindfulness, and self-kindness, when we practice those things, it helps us just to have better relationships, but to have a better relationship with ourselves and do the things that are important to us because we're not being so hard on ourselves. We're not in that isolation. We're not in that self-judgment. But just that practice and understanding that within my own life and work has propelled me forward, especially just even showing up to teach psychology, something I've never done in my life. It's like, what am I doing? I don't belong here. Imposter syndrome out the window. But then just knowing common humanity, we all struggle. We all have challenges. Like, I'm just showing up as a human being. If I make a mistake, I'm going to own it. I'm going to I think that's what I'm glad you touched on that because that's been a driving force for me in my life since I started focusing on it. Yeah. So
Love it.
but interesting, I pulled with that question in mind as you were talking. I was listening, but
Come on. The starseed. What lights you up?
so that's what we've been talking about, right?
What lights you up, people?
So in regard to the podcast, how do we want to move forward? I think we move forward with talking about things that light us up, talking to people.
As you said it on the
It's pretty
lighting.
cool.
Yes, talking to people that lights us up and wherever this takes us, exploring that with an open mind and being excited about what lights us up. I'm excited for the future and meeting new people and guests, and comment what lights you up down below. We'd love to hear from you. You got a closing message.
I pulled this out this morning.
It says welcome, but this is a closing message for 2020. Beginning
Let's
of 20.
see if it fits with
wait.
what's
It said,
transpired.
welcome 2026.
Do you wanna read it?
Go ahead. Do it in your yoga voice that people
So this
love.
is from Vex King. It's like
Do you
a little daily quote thing.
Do you know Vex?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I know his work because my
Oh.
sister gives me the it's like a little tear off calendar.
Shout out KP
So-
for the calendar.
I took this and I put it in my journal because I liked it. And then this morning when I opened my journal, I was like, I'm just gonna bring it with me to the podcast. And let's see if it lines up.
See if this lights you up.
So we'll leave you with this quote. So, as we enter the new year, remember that the story of your life is still unfolding. There are unwritten chapters, new characters to meet, plot twists you can't foresee. Doors will open that you never imagined. Growth will come in unexpected forms. Keep an open mind and a hopeful heart, for the universe holds boundless surprises. Your next transformation could be just around the corner. So move forward with curiosity and courage. The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. Thank you. Like, subscribe, check out our website, thriveconsultationdtherapy.com, and we'll see you soon. Not in 6 months.
Maybe we'll do a card pull every time. I don't know.
Card pull. The card pulling podcast?
Card pull.
Card pull.
Card pull.
That's what I said.
Oh, I said card.
Carpool? We're going to
Like
start
carpool.
carpooling? We're driving people around? You never know.
Yeah, check out our website. We've got lots of events coming up.
See you soon.